Hi everyone, and welcome to Zooming In with Gems. My name is Kunming, and this is Andrew here, and Huiying in the background. Hi everyone, and we are from the Gem Museum Singapore. And just before we continue on, we will just do an introduction about who we are. So we are actually the Gem. We have a Gem Lab that actually we do. Can you see the Gem Lab page now?
Yes.
And right. Okay. So Far East Gemological Laboratory, we do gemstone appraisals, and we actually do consultation services. We do testing services, and this is what we do. We test gemstones and we do appraisal. It's run by my father, Mr. Tay Kunming. We are one of the first gem labs in Southeast Asia to get the ISO 17025 accreditation. So we are audited, I think, every year by the government officials. So yes, so this is a gem lab. So if you have any stones that you're not sure what it is, you want to appraise the value and insurance value, do drop us a line. We also have another company called the Institute, the Gem Institute, where we do training, where we train people how to look at gemstones, diamonds. We go around the world to actually share knowledge on gemstones. And there are also skill future courses available. These are some of our students. We also train people from the trade, and yes. So this is our institute. One more thing, and next one, we also run the Far East Gem Museum. So the Gem Museum is here. We run also a bespoke company called the King's Bespoke, and here we actually do customized bespoke jewelry. You can see here. So if you want to make special jewelry pieces, you can actually look for us, and we can actually design beautiful jewelry for you. So here are some jewelry rings that we've done. These are all sapphires. So it's very fitting for today's topic, sapphires. We also have the Gem Museum. This is where we are coming here in from. We are basically a museum, a private museum, where we want to be an international platform to link the gemstone industry with the rest of the world. Yeah, those of you who are in Singapore, you can come and visit us. For people from overseas, you can actually visit our virtual museum. Look here and explore, and you can join the Gem Museum virtually. Let's just show you this link. Oh, Pinterest takes some time to load. So it's here. You can see this is our virtual museum, 26 Kandahar Street. So you can log in and view our museum online. Last but not least, we have the Gem Museum shop, where you can actually purchase, if you are collecting gemstones, or you have children that wants to start collecting gemstones, you can come here and purchase gemstones, like here, and minerals. And last but not least, also the Junior Rockstar. We have some kits for your kids if you want to get them started on collecting gemstones. Some jewelry too, simple pieces of jewelry. Yeah, so that is us, the Far East Gems Group. And without further ado, welcome Andrew to kind of share with us about sapphires.
All right. Thank you, Kunming, for the introduction. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Right. So welcome everybody. For those who first join us for the first time, the webinar is something that we do to share about some knowledge about gemstones. And today we're going to talk about sapphires. This is one of the most popular gemstones around. And I'm sure everyone agrees that sapphire is also one of the most beautiful gems too. And so apart from the slides, apart from the sharing that I'm going to give. After the slides, we're going to Kunming is going to show you some physical things and some physical stones of different quality ranges. I mean, it's just how we do our webinar. So just apart from those boring slides, we're going to see some real stuff.
Come on, right? It's not boring.
Okay, so right, sapphires, the gems of legends. Let us begin. So today I'm going to start off a little bit differently. Previously, I start with the history of gemstones, but today I'm going to start with gemology, the technical information about sapphires, the gemological information too. So, sapphires are basically a blue corundum. And what is corundum? Corundum is an aluminum-bearing oxide mineral known as the corundum. It's a species of corundum, and it can occur in any colors. So, as we all know, red corundum is the ruby, whereas all other colors will be called sapphires. But generally, sapphires are blue. When people talk about sapphires, most likely they're just referring to the blue sapphires rather than other colors. If you want to talk about other color sapphires, you just call by the color of the name, or even call it fancy sapphires. All right. So sapphires, it can come in any different colors, but what causes the color? So we're gonna start off with the blue. Okay. Generally, gemstones, when gemstones obtain their color from trace elements, right? What is trace elements? They are actually like an external chemical that is not essential to the basic chemical composition of the stone. And when it gets mixed together, it gives the stone their color. I always refer the trace elements to as, like salt and pepper in your dish, like how you put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper when you're cooking, it adds flavor. So that's how gemstone works too. A little bit of trace elements, it gives the gemstones their color. So blues are generally colored by iron and titanium. So more iron, the darker the blue gets, and more titanium, the stronger the hue will become. If it just comes with iron alone, it can cause the sapphire to become green or even yellow depending on the iron's oxidization state. It could be Fe2 plus or even Fe3 plus. Whereas pink sapphires, they are caused by a small amount of chromium. If it's a large amount, it can make the sapphire to become ruby. So that means it turns from pink to red. Whereas vanadium creates purple sapphires. And more vanadium, it can cause the sapphires to color change. And last but not least, if there is no trace elements at all, it can make colorless sapphires, which is not in the photo right here. And the fun fact about colorless sapphires, they are actually one of the rare colors of sapphires because they're just colorless, And when during the formation of any gemstones, they kind of prone to exposed to any type of chemicals like trace elements that give different colors. So it's just that somehow when the environment has no trace elements at all, it just causes to become colorless gemstone, right? So sapphire's clarity is one of the important factors when it comes to choosing any gemstones. Clarity is important because it can affect the stone's beauty, right? But usually when it comes with inclusions, it can affect its beauty. Like I mentioned, it can be a nuisance, or even it can become a thing of beauty, depending on what type of inclusion it is. For example, like fingerprints, crystals, those are the ones that can let's say, affect the beauty of the stone. If it's visible, if it's eye visible, you can see a clean fingerprint across the table, or even a huge crystal in the middle of the stone, it can be a sore in the eye. Whereas silks or color zoning, sometimes it can, although they are called inclusions or impurities, they can be, it can work for the side of the stone, you see. So color zonings, they are quite prone to happen in sapphires, and they can make the sapphires to be bicolored, right? Like this photo on the left. So this stone shows quite an obvious color zoning. So the middle one is slightly lighter than the rest of the sapphire. So that is how the color zoning looks like. And this photo in the middle shows the zoom in of color zoning. So you can see the whitish part, those are the parts where it does not have enough trace elements to be as equal as the surrounding of the stone. So it kind of become much lighter blue, okay? Or sometimes during the different oxidation state, it can create maybe yellow color zonings. So it can create a bicolored sapphire. Whereas for silk, on the right, if it's really dense silk, it can create star sapphires. So star sapphires are, you know, it's just the reflection of light from the silks, the microscopic rutile needles. Or in other cases, for example, like in, I don't want to give spoilers. For example, like in Kashmir sapphires, for example, I'm going to give some spoilers in the end. So Kashmir sapphires, they have extremely fine silks that gives them their this unique luster, unique tone to the stone. So sapphires, they are categorized as type 2 gemstones, so they usually have inclusions. Therefore, eye clean sapphires are quite rare and also quite valuable as well. But I mean, it depends. As for me, I'm a gemologist. I love to look at inclusions. Inclusions are what we learn in school. And for me, having an eye clean sapphires is just not so much of an interesting stone. And I want to see something cool, something unique to the stone itself rather than just color or cut itself. Well, I might be wrong. Everybody have their own preference, right? Okay. So after the gemology of sapphires, we're going to talk about the mystique of sapphires. So sapphire has a long history. In fact, it's one of the earliest gemstone to be ever recorded in a written, a written note or something, right? So throughout that long history, of course, there's a lot of mystique surrounding the sapphire as well, like power, mythical energies and whatnot, right? So sapphires was in fact first mentioned in the 600th century BC. And that was the time where the first ever recorded, the birth of words, right, ever written, okay? And that was where they discovered the word sapphires. So based on a lot of archaeological evidence throughout early history, ancient times, a lot of experts even argue that sapphires are more celebrated than ruby during the ancient times. And this statement itself is all based on the surviving archaeological evidence, like how ancient people use sapphires in their jewelries or as a decorative or ornamental gems. It's actually, in fact, more than ruby itself. So it's pretty astounding. I'm kind of surprised that sapphire is being more celebrated than ruby back then. And most of the evidence actually dated back to the Etruscan period, estimately maybe 900 BC back in Italy. So Etruscan is not a civilization known to many, and you might ask what even are they? So Etruscan, they are actually the predecessors of the Roman Empire back in Italy. So a lot of how the Roman done things back in the days were actually followed. They actually followed the way the Etruscan did rule the empire. So I would say it's quite an important civilization back in the days. So this is where they use a lot of sapphires, and followed by Romans as well, like how you see in this picture right here. And undoubtedly, sapphires is one of the most prominent gems. They are adored by its beautiful color and extreme hardness as well. And not to mention, blue is one of the rarest color in them. And of course, mimics the sky blue color, or it can be one of the famous poet even refers to blue as the blue of a clear sky minutes before sunset, which is I can imagine it's almost like royal blue, something like that. Okay, and even the beginning of word already has been considered as a royal gem. Many royalties, kings and queens, the wealthies, they have sapphires just to prove their power and wealth, you see. And not to mention their sapphires' extreme hardness as well. They are 9 and the most hardness scale, the second hardest gemstone, alongside with ruby. So, and this photo right here, I stumbled upon by accident, is this 200-year-old carved sapphire ring thought to be worn by the ancient Roman emperor Caligula. Right, it's in fact a real ring, and you can see it's carved. The portrait itself is actually the wife of Caligula herself, and it's just amazing how people use sapphires back in the day just to commemorate their loved ones, to immortalize them, and it's pretty wow. I lost word for this sapphire ring. So folklores, sapphires indeed has tons of folklores. It can refers to many cultures, the Indian culture, the Christian culture, many cultures, and the different aspects of the realms. Yeah. So one of the music is a bit loud.
Okay.
One of which was the name itself is actually associated with the planet Saturn, and how it was associated with the planet Saturn is actually derived from the Sanskrit language, which roughly translated to dear to the planet Saturn, and it has a lot of astrological significance in the Indian culture. I mean, I've seen. We do have some Indian participants here. Feel free to give your thoughts on this piece. What I've searched on the web is actually refers to as the Navaratna. Okay, is roughly translated into the 9 gems, right? And this piece shows the 9 gems that is placed in a gold plate. So the diamond on top, the pearl, the coral, essonite, and here is the blue sapphire. And this I'm not sure whether it's the location or of the stone. The blue sapphire on the Navaratna actually refers to the planet Saturn. So that's why it's translated into this, right? And then this is I forgot what this is. This is a yellow sapphire, crystal beryl if I'm not mistaken. Crystal beryl, yellow sapphire, emerald, and ruby. So the 9 gems, right? And there's also the stone must be eye clean and unheated to be effective. That's what I heard. And in the museum itself, we do have a lot of visitors, right? Indian visitors, they, based on their astrological purposes, they would sometimes come to look for some really good qualities, blue sapphires. And the first thing they will always mention that it must be eye clean, in a certain range of size, and it must be unheated as well. So it's really interesting, like how does it affect the whole jewelry itself? I do not know. Maybe some of you can tell me. Yeah, it's fun to learn different cultures sometimes. Yeah. And then next, sapphires was rumored that the Old Testaments were actually written on sapphires. It sounds a little bit impossible, because what we know is that the Old Testament is written on a huge tablet, and if it was written on sapphires, the sapphire must be really, really huge, which is a kind of impossible, right? So it's just a rumor, right? And yeah, this is the Ten Commandment poster, one of my actually one of my favorite movies. It was really, really old movies, I think in the 60s. I actually watched it. It's a 4-hour long movie. And aside from that, and it was also mentioned in the Bible, right, at least 12 times, and one of which is as quote. I'm not going to say this. So it's actually can be found in Isaiah chapter 54, verse 11, only in New King James Version, or even the older versions, where it says the last sentence of it, and lay your foundations with sapphires. Okay, right. The thing about the sapphires in Bible, most of the Old Testaments, they are actually referring to lapis lazuli, because what the geologists and the gemologist experts actually says during that time itself, that locality does not really produce a lot of sapphires. The closest place that they can find sapphires is actually in Africa, maybe in Ethiopia, right? Whereas the lapis lazuli can be found really, really close to that place, the place where the Bible was written in Afghanistan. So if you see a newer version of the Bible, they actually changed this phrase into "and lay your foundations with lapis lazuli." So there is some kind of like a misuse of the names. I mean, not just sapphires. I mean, there's a lot of mistaken identities back then. Like, for example, like they mistaken spinels as rubies, yellow stones as topaz, and whatever. So sapphires is one of the stones that has been mistaken identity back in the days. So apart from that, sapphires is known to be a symbol of power and wealth. There's no surprise in that. Sapphires also long has been associated with nobility, truth, loyalty, sincerity, and so on and so forth. And also, many sources also say sapphires is thought to cure poison. They protect wearer from physical and spiritual harm, and many more. So this photo actually portrays the King Solomon, and I can't see him wearing a sapphire ring, but many thought that he himself has a sapphire ring that gave him power to command demons. I mean, undoubtedly, King Solomon is a really wealthy person, and he must have had many jewelries of many different kinds of stones. So sapphire ring is really nothing to him. So folklores apart, we're going to talk about sapphire's origin. It is one of the very interesting subject about sapphires when we talk about the colors from different localities. And well, basically we're just going to compare the best color from selected locality. And I have to put some disclaimer on this because sapphire, although sapphires can be found in different type of locations, famous locations, right? That locality itself can produce different varieties of colors, different qualities of blue. Let's just say it can. Although right now we're going to compare the best color, it might be different when people find sapphires in that place. So we're going to start with Phelon Sri Lanka. Okay, it's one of the first known source that supplied the ancient kingdoms, like as described by the Greeks and the Roman writers. So they are indeed some of the earliest source for sapphires, and because the Romans loved sapphires, like what you see in this picture, actually one of the earliest, one of the oldest surviving Roman relics, the gemstones depicting the Aphrodite feeding an eagle. It's a carved sapphire with a drill hole in the middle. So Romans loved sapphires from Sri Lanka. So it really helped the surrounding countries populate with sapphires, because Romans, they are a genius, genius in creating road systems that connects many different places, and it spreads the popularity of sapphires throughout, away from the Roman Empire. And Sri Lanka itself they have enjoyed steady production of sapphires since the ancient Greek and Roman times until today. And indeed, Sri Lanka now, they still produce a lot of sapphires, mainly due to the sedimentation of metamorphic rocks. So what does this mean is that during the times, maybe how many years, 200 million years ago, when the entire earth is just a whole piece, the Gondwana land, Sri Lanka, Madagascar, they are all part of the area that creates a lot of metamorphic rocks. So when it splits apart, the metamorphic rocks rise to the surface, and exposed to natural weatherings, they become sediment. So people can find a lot of precious stones as sediments, because metamorphic rocks do produce a lot of gemstones. And because of the natural sedimentation of the metamorphic rocks, some of the largest gem quality sapphires were found in Sri Lanka, right? Because they don't really have to use harsh techniques to mine the stones out from the ground. They just picked it up as a pebble. And from what we see, maybe you can Google on the web, how Sri Lankan actually mine for gemstones. They just dig vertical or horizontal shaft on their soft grounds, and then they just find huge stones, right? And what Sri Lanka sapphire is famous for, Sri Lanka sapphire the color is famous for is their peacock blue, also known as peacock blue. I don't know, I'm not sure whether it's cornflower, but peacock blue sounds more native to the Sri Lankans. So, and this is how some of the Sri Lankan sapphires that is placed in auctions is a little bit light tone, but the hue itself is quite vivid, and it actually refers to this peacock right here, the whole neck of the peacock. Does it look alike? I think they're quite same. The blue is quite same to me. Yeah. Right. When we talk about the largest gem quality sapphires, here are some of the. Okay, here are the 3 largest faceted sapphires from Sri Lanka. Right. So starting from the left, which is the largest faceted blue sapphire in the world, is called the blue giant of the Orient. weighing at 466 carats. Really, really huge. I mean, it's already huge, but why do they want to put a rim diamonds around, making it much bigger? I do not know, but it's just my opinion anyways. At the bottom, you can see the second largest sapphire in the world, which is called the Logan Sapphire, weighing at 423 carats. And on the right, which is called the Blue Bell of Asia, 400 carat big. And all of them are from Sri Lanka, Phelon Sri Lanka. Yeah, so they are really, really huge. And actually Kunming, I mean, they might be more big sapphires that comes from Sri Lanka, but it's just whether the owner wants to put it in public view or not. I mean, it does attract a lot of attention when you put it up, maybe in auction houses, you know. So some people just want to be, you know, be in secret. Yeah. So the next locality would be Myanmar, also known as Burma, right? It's one of the most important source for corundum, and well, mainly rubies. Okay, mainly rubies. And Myanmar also has been mining long before the Europeans set foot on the soil. I think around 800 to 1,000 years ago. And some of the best gemstones are mined along the famous Mogot Stone track. So this is the Mogot Stone track. You can see there are more red dots compared to blue dots. So Mogot is a place, a unique geographical location where most of the rocks there are metamorphic rocks. Although most of the mines, they resort to the alluvial deposit mining rather than the primary deposit mining, which, you know, save a lot of money, you know. So Myanmar, of course, is better known for its red sibling, which is the ruby, but Burmese sapphires are still among the best. For example, these two photos right here, also extracted from auction. I mean, all of the photos I'm showing are not from auctions, because that's where the best pieces are seen, right? Many describe the Burmese sapphires as too dark, but they do have lighter ones, which can be referred to as the midnight sky, a deep, vivid blue color. Okay, I mean, it's really, really nice. I mean, I'm not sure how it looks like when it's seen in person, but I mean, the photos right here are really, really stunning. I mean, wow. Okay, so yeah, ultimately it depends on personal preference. I don't really like dark stones, but this is just really, really nice. And last but not least that I'm going to talk about is the legendary Kashmir. Right, the legendary mine located between India and Pakistan that produced most of the adored blue sapphires in the world. I mean, not just the most adored blue sapphires, some of the most legendary sapphires in the world, let's just say. And unfortunately, the Kashmir mine only lived for just 7 short years between 1881 to 1887. So that's considering, mineral mining is really, really short, right? And this photo right here is actually taken by it's the actual place where the Kashmir sapphires were mined, and it was taken by this T.D. Latouche, right? And this guy is actually a geologist hired by the mining company that owns the mine to survey how many sapphires are left in that area. And it was one of the original photos taken by him. So eventually in 1888, early 1888, this geologist actually concluded that, all right, the mine has been exhausted. There is no longer not longer economical to mine in that area, so they move on to the next location, which doesn't really produce a lot of sapphires in the end. So ever since then, little to no amounts were mined after that period. And as for now, most Kashmir sapphires are circulating in auctions or even in private collection where we don't really see. So I've seen a lot of sapphires in my short career, but I have seen Kashmir sapphires before in one of the auction houses in London when I was studying, and it was really breathtaking. It's really like unlike any other thing you have seen in sapphires, really. And this is how they look like. A blue unlike any other and unrivaled, of course, known as the blue velvet, a strong cornflower blue with a velvety touch, right? They can be quite dark in this photo, but the color itself is aided by the scattering of light internally from extremely fine silks. Okay, like the silk that you have seen in the previous photos, thus removing extinctions. Okay, extinctions are the one when faceted stones, the light leaks out from below the stone, and it creates like a dark spot on the stone. That is called extinction. For example, like here, like this small area right here. So when the whole stone has this extremely fine silk, it helps to scatter the light to cover up the extinction, making the whole stone looks like it's almost perfect. The hue covers in the entire stone itself. It's really, it's unlike any other stones you have seen. So these are some of the best quality of the Kashmir sapphires. I'm not exaggerating, it's really, really beautiful. If you have the chance to see for yourself, right? And some of the rankings actually look like this. Ranking depends on what factors we're talking about. It can be the color itself, it can vary, like I mentioned before. If we're talking about the rarity, if we're talking about clarity, is really hard to say. The rarity, Kashmir sapphire, of course, is one of the rarest source for sapphire. Myanmar, like, as I mentioned as well, they are mostly produce rubies rather than sapphires, and some of the sapphires even quite dark, so it's not really the highest quality of sapphire. Sri Lanka itself, they have produced a lot of sapphires along with Madagascar and other countries like Montana, Australia. So it really depends on how you want to rank them. But this ranking itself, we're going to go by color. So number one, of course, is Kashmir, really, really nice velvet blue. Number two, the Burmese ruby, the midnight blue. And the third, the peacock blue, very strong, vibrant, lively color. Fourth would be the Madagascar, which is also like a royal blue, right? So maybe you can give us a comment. Which one do you prefer? How do you rank these sapphires? Maybe in your own opinion, maybe you do not want to rank their color. Maybe you do not want to rank their rarity. Maybe something you've come up on your own. You can just type in the chat to let us see, to share it with everybody. But this is how I rank personally. It will be fun to see what other people think. This is where we share to create a community of gemstone lovers. And thank you very much. This will be the end of my slide. I'm gonna pass it back to Kunming. And can't wait to see the chat. Kunming, over to you.
Hey, so everyone have a look at the slide, and maybe you can give your idea which color do you prefer. You can just type Kashmir or number 1, number 2, Sri Lanka. Wow, okay, interesting. John says prefer Sri Lanka. VP Banka says Kashmir, then Myanmar, then Sri Lanka. Anybody else? Ida says Myanmar, Kashmir, Sri Lanka. Wow. Have different ideas. And then Iziao says Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Kashmir, Madagascar. Yeah. I like greens from Madagascar. From Huiying says that. Yeah.
Surprisingly, Kashmir is not that high ranked, apparently.
Well, I think from the photo wise, because when you take a photo of the Kashmir, it's very sleepy. True. Because of the velvety kind of look.
Yeah.
So maybe because of that, Katie Ang on Facebook says like the cobalt spinel. Cobalt spinel is like cornflower blue sapphire. Okay, those of you who are interested, you just type Vietnamese cobalt blue spinel, and then you will actually know about it. Thanks, Katie, for your comment. So right now we're going on to the next section where I'm going to show you some of our gemstones. Not some of our samples of gemstones. Okay, hang on. Wrong camera. Share screen. All right, so I have with me here a collection of sapphires, and I have arranged them from the lightest color, very light blue to light blue, and then the last part is royal blue. Okay, so have a look. Okay, the first one here, let's see. How is it? Looks nice, huh? Now it looks good.
Yes.
So here is a 3 carat light, can you say white sapphire, but you can see a bit of a grey tinge, blue tinge, right? And then this stone most likely is from Sri Lanka. And then here it's a slightly lighter, light blue. This one is a Burmese stone from Burma. And then it gets a bit dark, stronger color, stronger hue. This is also from Myanmar. I think it's a 1.7 carat. Then here you have one stronger hue. Is from Sri Lanka. Okay. And then stronger hue here. Let's go lower. Not bad, huh? Very nice. You can see the hue is stronger now. Okay, then followed by a stronger hue. This is also from Sri Lanka. And then here's a 2 carat. Okay, I don't have a set for this stone, so I can't tell you where is it from. And then here is an even stronger hue. Also a heated stone. I look at the hue. I look at the saturation. Ooh.
Wow.
Very nice. And then here is a vivid blue. But on the cert, it says peacock blue. It's a peacock blue sapphire. And last but not least, this is the royal blue. See the royal blue. All right, so we have a very big collection here from very light blue all the way up. Anybody like this stone? Can you just give us a comment? Anybody say, yes, I like this white sapphire? And just can give your comments. You know,
I think it's capturing the blue from the stone beside. Yeah, maybe try to put it further away.
Okay, let's try. Okay.
The stone itself.
Like that? Oh. You see here, now it's more white. Wow. So when you look at stones, you have to make sure your surroundings, especially it's a white sapphire. Okay, next is a unheated sapphire here from Burma. Anybody like this color? No. How about this color? Slightly darker. I heard some people actually selling this as, they call it ice blue. Huiying asked me to put at the angle. Yeah. Is this better? All right.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Very nice.
Okay, very nice. Wow. Very awkward position for me. Okay, so this is the white sapphire. It's light blue. Which has the highest value? Your guess. Later I'll tell you. I got white sapphire is number 1, okay? Then number 2 is this one. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. All right, let me try to zoom out to see whether I can showcase everything. Which one do you all prefer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put it horizontal. Okay. Okay, this is 1. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay. It's blurred. Yeah, let me try to
Have to focus a little bit.
focus a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So let's see what's our comments here. Ida says 6 and 7 and 10. So 6, 7, and 10. Oh, okay. Let's see. Somebody says 4. Kid Choi says 4. This one. Oh, so also very nice. 8 may be the most expensive. This 8 lah. Oh no, this 8. Okay. Let's see. 7 and 8. Number 2. Wow. Muhammad Shamri says 6 from Facebook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6. This one. Yeah, very nice. All right.
Yeah.
So in terms of value wise, very hard. It's not a very good comparison because the number 6 is 5 carats. So this is 3 carats. This is 1 carat plus, 1 carat plus. This is 2 carat 59. This is Sri Lankan stone. Then this one is 206. This 518. This 216. And this is a heated stone. This is also a heated stone. This is heated. This is also heated. And this is unheated. So in terms of color-wise, yeah, this is the most valuable color. All right. I would like to show you another stone. Now we're talking about color. Let's move to a part where we talk about clarity. Okay, everybody can say clarity at home. Clarity. All right. So this is a Cabochon stone. All right, and you can see. I can zoom in a little bit for you. You see some color zoning. See some color zoning on the lines here. All right, this is actually called color zoning. And sometimes when you look at the stone, it's important to see that the color is evenly spread out. All right, this is quite a very clean cabochon. You can see the color zoning here when I tilt it this way. Yeah, we turn it around like that. The dome kind of evenly spreads out the color throughout the stone. All right, this stone is still, I would say, transparent. See, you can see through. I show you another stone where the color is stronger, but the clarity is lower. Let me show you this one. This is a Burma natural sapphire. Okay. And you can see it's totally almost opaque. I would say translucent. You can see a white color spot here. So this is almost like a translucent, not as clean as the other piece here, you can see, but the color is much more vivid. Okay, slightly better quality of Cabochon, this one here. So Cabochon, this is a good color, very nice color, but not clear, not like this. See that? So clarity plays a part also. Here is one stone that is full of inclusions. It's a heated stone, and it's a beautiful 5-carat sapphire, but you can see a lot of inclusions. You can see some crystals. Look at that, some fingerprint inclusions. How many of you like this stone? I bought this stone because I like the color. It's a heated stone, and but you look at the color, it's so beautiful. Only thing is just this few melted fingerprints. You can see right in the center. Yeah, this is the only issue. No, but in terms of the shape, it's a large stone. It's a 5-carat 72. Right? Look at that. Yeah. So in terms of clarity does affect the quality. And I show you now a clear stone, which is this one. This number 6. Number 7. This is number 7. You look at that. Wow. So clear. Look at the stone. Wow. This is a heated stone. You can see some color zoning on the circle here. You can see. But if you look at on the front down, it's more beautiful. And this is not like a special mention color. This is just, they call it blue. Just call it blue. And you know, when you look at sapphires, first the color, then the clarity. See that? Beautiful cutting. Yeah, the cutting is also pretty good. You can see life. Hi, Ida. Okay, sure. See you. I want to show you a stone that has same quality grading, but different origin. Okay, I want to show you this one. It says here it's from Lotus. All right, this is 1-carat Sri Lankan peacock blue, and here is a 115 Madagascar peacock blue. So both have the same color. Let's see how it looks like when you compare it together. Right? Okay, so I show you here. This is the 1-carat peacock blue. I won't take it out of the box because if not, I'll get mixed up. Maybe I should. What do y'all think? The color? Cannot. Must take out. I put it side by side, okay? Okay, so this is from, the 1-carat is from Sri Lanka, and the one on the left, and then the one from Madagascar is on the right, but same color. Look at that. On the left is Sri Lanka, on the right is Madagascar. Which one y'all prefer? Left or right? Right. So left is Sri Lanka, right is Madagascar. Interesting. So this actually has the same color grading, but as you can see when you compare it, it looks different. Yeah, same color but better cut. So the right hand side has a better cut because the shape is more round. The left side, you can see a little bump on the side there. Yeah. All right. Okay, so 1 carat is on the left. Okay, so this sapphire so far has very interesting colors, even from different locality. Yeah, Huiying says you can't really tell if you set into a pair of earrings. That's true. That's true. Okay, I want to show you from Madagascar. This is one of the colors. We have another stone that's also from Madagascar, which is unheated. It's this stone. Look at that. It's a Madagascar unheated sapphire. Let's take it out and see. It's 4 carat 77. And this one, it has a lot of silk. See? Clean the stone first. Maybe it's inclusion, but no, maybe it's the smudge marks. Hope you are enjoying yourself so far. We just show you a few more stones, then answer some questions, and we'll end. Okay, look at this stone. It has a purple tinge. It's unheated. A lot of crystal inclusions in the stone. Looks like snowflake. See? But very. So this is from Madagascar, unheated, and this is from Madagascar, heated. This is a heated stone. So you see, when you have different, same origin, but the color is different. So sometimes when you come and look for stones, yeah, it's really what you're looking for. In terms of finding a stone just because of the origin, I think it will be, unless you're just a collector, but if you're setting jewelry, I think it's important to know what color you like and what shape of the stone. See that? I want to show you also another stone from Madagascar that is purple color. It's a sapphire, but it has a blue and pink and purple. Have a look. See this? So again, you can see many colors here. You have blue, purple, and a little bit of pink. The blue actually quite strong. It's a unique color. It's unheated. When you heat the stone, most likely you will turn maybe vivid purple or even pink. Alright. I bought this stone online via Skype many years ago. Somebody went to my friend's office in Israel and then he said, Kun, I saw something interesting. Do you want to buy this stone? Then he arranged a Skype meeting and then we actually made a deal. So here is a unique color stone. Alright. So one thing is, I'm showing you many stones, so it's ready to pull up the appreciation for gemstones. And yeah, so I think Burmese Sapphire. I want to show you a Burmese Sapphire. This is a Burma Sapphire. Okay, color-wise, a bit different. Very unique color. See the tone, the color is a bit different. It's a 2.16 unheated Burmese Sapphire. Alright, let's put it beside the Sri Lankan and Madagascar. Look at that. Doesn't do justice. The color is a bit more grey, a bit more violet when you put it side by side. Let's see what happens if you put it side by side, the grey stone. It looks more blue. Yeah. So this is from Myanmar. So each locality do produce great stones. Oh, sorry, Andrew, I didn't have Kashmir Sapphire with me now. Yeah, it's too valuable. So yeah, that's quite a large collection of stones that I've shown you. Oh yeah, I want to show you a stone that they call it royal blue, but the hue they call it deep blue. This is from a new lab in this Thailand. It's called Phelon. This new lab that I got, Phelon. And let me push this away. I have this stone here. It says origin, which is Ceylon. And then it says here, color is deep blue. And then here it says royal blue in the trade. Okay, how many of you want to see this? Just let me know, put in the comments. And show you the color of the stone and the cert. See, look at that. Can't really see, but I will show you. It's a beautiful stone, but straight away you will understand why it's deep blue. So once I show you the stone, I'll put it beside the vivid blue. It becomes very clear. Yeah, gemstones, you do a lot of comparison. But the problem is that if you do online comparison, you get a bit frustrated because online, the colors of the photos, everything, they are very different. So let me show you without the, look at that. Let me try to increase see the color. Look at that, very nice. It's a deep blue lah. Ooh. Just see that, very nice color. A very clean stone. This from Sri Lanka. Very nice blue. Yeah, and you know what? No, this stone can actually color change. Yeah, can't believe it. I was so happy but they didn't put it in the cert. They just say it's a vivid blue. Let me show you. See? I cannot see where I adjust. See the color? It shifts. Purple. I turn off this light. See? It's a color change sapphire, but they didn't say in the set. It just says deep blue, royal blue, unheated sapphire from Sri Lanka. Look at that. Very nice. On the light again. So now let's put it beside the vivid blue, okay? Okay. Look at that. Let's zooming into gems. You see the color is very unique. Has a bit of a purple in it. Oh. Higher value when it can color change. I should think so, but it really depends on the person that's selling you the stone. You know, some people they don't really know about color change. Actually, color change is pretty rare. You normally lose the color change when you heat the stone, and it gives a mystery to the stone because you see two hues. You see this color is a purple and blue. See, this is vivid blue. Also from Sri Lanka, this is called peacock blue. This they call it royal blue. So all these terms, they have a range. So on paper it might look the same, but on the actual stone it has a slight difference. Yeah, look at that. So sometimes it's not so straightforward. If you just say, oh, I want to buy a royal blue stone, well, that's a good aspiration. Then you can look in the market, see what are closest to what you have, you know, closest to what you dream about. So this is from Sri Lanka. This is a vivid blue from Sri Lanka. This is a vivid blue from Madagascar. These are unheated from Madagascar. You want to see one more stone? I'll show you a royal blue. Royal blue from Madagascar. Okay, and you see it's also, so I purposely took out the certified stones because at the end of the day, you really can say anything about the stone, but unless it's certified, you know, then it's the real deal. So my advice to you, and also check out what kind of lab, you know, it is. Yeah, this vivid blue. Okay, it's 1.46 carat. Its TE means it's heated. It's from Madagascar. The sapphire may be called royal blue in the trade. All right. So Madagascar, so it's like cousin of this guy here. All right. Maybe I keep the 477 first. Very nice stone, huh? Okay. So 1.45 coming out. How about if you are enjoying yourself? Just type in the comments. Because very quiet. Zoom, cannot hear anybody. Only can hear myself. So I'm not sure how's your response. Wow, this stone very nice. Ooh, royal blue. So just now you see the stone. It says here, vivid blue. Okay, royal blue. Okay, check this out. Oh, look at this. Wow, which you would say very enjoyable. Thanks. Join us. Oh, look at that. See the color. I put see the really nice. See that stone? This is a vivid blue. In actuality, it's more vivid than this. This I'm using a Samsung S10. Yeah, S10. So those of you who are asking. Yeah. Let's compare it to the deep blue. Raise it up a bit. But both are called royal blue, but this is deep, this is royal. This vivid, this is deep. This deep, this is vivid. What difference are? Which one you prefer? On the left, or this is also from Madagascar. This is Madagascar. This is Ceylon. Which one prefer? I like this cushion shape. Oh man, I like this cushion shape because it has a curved waist. You know, this is a very unique cushion. It's unheated too. And this is a heated stone. Look at that. Let's put the royal blue Madagascar beside the vivid peacock blue Madagascar. And let's see, is there any difference? So I'm trying my best to compare apple to apple with you. Show you the cert and I show you the stone so that you all get a good idea. Look at that. Got difference, my friends. You look at this. This is a vivid blue, peacock blue, Madagascar. This is a, oops. Oh man, have to adjust again. Okay, look at that. So the peacock blue and the vivid blue, royal blue. Oh, very nice the colors. All right, look at that. Got difference, Peacock blue is still, this is peacock, this is royal. Which one you prefer? Pichoy, peacock or royal? Royal, wow. Yeah, actually royal blue has a purplish, it's really, like the name says, a royal. You know, I can feel the weight of the royalty. It's like, hey, don't mess with me, man. I'm the big guns. You know, peacock blue has the color is not so, I would say, intimidating. I say or yeah, carry not much weight. With the royal color, wow, look at that. Really nice. Yeah, so there you have it. And all of these three stones are heated, and this is unheated. So you can see that actually unheated and heated, the color is quite similar. And but in terms of value, of course, the unheated is more when it's beautiful. All right. So what's the opportunity now? Opportunity, well, you can still look out for unheated stones that are not so strong in color. You know, they are a bit off color, and the value-wise is not as high as those like vivid blue, royal blue. You know, there are many other gemstones out there that in terms of value is much lower. Just show you this whole stack of sapphires that are in the Gem Museum shop. Okay, just this is the last thing, and then okay, wait, adjust my cameras. Okay, so these stones here are up to a carat size, and in terms of pricing, it's just a few $100s a carat. Yeah, you can take a look. In terms of, you can see the color zoning here, you know, and then color zoning. But, you know, color-wise is pretty nice, pretty beautiful. Cutting-wise, you won't see the fire so much, but in terms of collecting something specimen, it's a good value. And also for the white sapphires and also the yellow sapphires. So you can compare different quality lah. This is like, I think this is $2,000 versus a few $100s. See the difference. Okay, thank you very much. Any last questions before we end today's session? Let me just cancel my share screen so that I can see all of your view. Okay. Yeah, Andrew, how was it?
It was good, very good.
Yeah, hope you all enjoy it. Today we took some time to really prepare this whole thing, and we really enjoyed doing this. If you want to visit the museum, do go to eventbrite.com and visit. And for Teresa from Finland, you can visit us online via the website. And when COVID is over, you're welcome to come to Singapore and visit us.
Thank you so much. I might do in a future. I don't know yet. I'm a gemologist myself.
Okay.
And I found this webinar very interesting.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So connect with us. You can join our mailing list. You can follow us on YouTube. We'll place this webinar on our YouTube channel, the Gem Museum, and you can watch it at your own time. So
okay, thank you.
Okay, take care, everyone.
Okay,
you too.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.